You mentioned earlier that the precious metal asset class is private. Can you explain that for I think I know what you mean by that, but for the audience, they're like, wait, what does he mean by it being private?
Yeah, well, it's the last investment that you own by yourself.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that unless those shoes and those other things, sure. But obviously what's the market for those? Right now there's no market, right? So if you have a lot of those things that were hot for a while, classic cars, great example, it's down too. You have to find a buyer. These things have a buyer anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Right.
And there's a lot of people that say that you can't take this stuff with you. I mean, I flew this here from across the country. I mean, you can move you could put a few $1 million in a shoebox, right? And so what other asset can you do that with?
Right.
And there really isn't.
Take it with you everywhere.
Anywhere.
Question, with gold, you have to, if you leave the country, you do have to report if it's worth over 10,000, right?
But I know people that have been able to get out of the country, and there's a lot of ways to do that. I don't want to get in any trouble here, but we were joking about. We were joking about how
the politician.
Well, there's the Bob Menendez. Yeah, there's that. But what you were saying about how when there's a lot of boats that lost their.
I work. I'm one of the sales guys at Noble, and I have tons of clients that take all their gold and silver on boats and sinks to the bottom of the ocean, right?
I see.
Right? All the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Nigerian.
Yeah, and you guys haven't acquired any gold or silver before, right? This is you're in silver.
Yeah,
you're in silver. Okay.
But gold, no, not yet.
Gold, okay.
But yeah, then we could definitely talk about the differences between the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you? We don't want to interrupt you. Did you finish the part with the?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So
he was just talking about privacy, right? I think the idea is that there's ways to keep this stuff private. Also, the fact that you can just store it at your house, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not in a safe, and I think people
no banks,
and people. The world has become fractionalized. Everything is from real estate to classic art to, you can buy a Picasso, but you get a fraction of it. And people don't realize when you do those, even fractional stocks I've seen, it's such a bad way to invest because when you buy a fraction, the companies charge a really hefty fee. I've seen fees 30-40% in fractional acquiring of items. So what do you really own? You're just a small share. You're getting a fee. And then guess what? You paid 30% coming in. When you get out of it, what's going to happen too? You're going to taxes and you're going to get hit with another fee. So this is an item that you hold. There's no holding fee. You buy it and you keep it. And so if you do the math, that's the thing about real estate. Everyone thinks real estate, because you get a return. But over the last few years, what return have people been getting? I mean, a lot of apartment buildings, tenants aren't paying. They're trying to get out. Vacancies have gone up. Labor costs to fix the apartments has gone. So there's a lot of costs of real estate. I'm not saying it's not a good investment. There's tax advantages. We can go down that rabbit hole for a while. But I'm saying there's not a lot of items that you have control over, and it's in you have it, and you can go anywhere, and it's going to go up over time.
Yeah.
And
how much has gold gone up since, let's say, 2020?
So 2020, so when the pandemic started, gold dropped to
$1,200 Silver dropped to $12.
Yeah.
There's 2,400 now, right?
24.30 today.
Yeah, 24.30 today. Silver's at 28.50.
28.50 today. So
it's roughly doubled since the pandemic in 4 years.
And silver, gold has broken its all-time high, but silver, the all-time high is $50 an ounce. So it's still below its all-time high. So that's why a lot of people are diving into silver. They like the potential, but gold, central banks are buying a lot of gold, and I think they're going to lower rates. They're talking about lowering rates in September. The Fed's been talking about that, and that would be good because that'll open up the money supply, and this will get less valuable, and money will get cheaper.
Are there any tax benefits to having precious metals like real estate?
The tax advantage is in the IRA. You can put. There's a lot of assets people don't know you can put into an IRA. Real estate is one of them. Precious metals is another one. So if you buy precious metals in your IRA and you use an old 401k or an IRA, all the gains in the precious metals stay in the IRA like all the other assets.
Okay.
The other really exciting thing about
how does that go about? Like, do you have to give it to the bank? Your precious metals, like can you store it yourself?
So you can't store it yourself because you can't store any assets in an IRA yourself because there has to be a third party. So we use a private depository. They're in Texas and Delaware. It's segregated storage. So basically, you buy the metal from us, we ship it there. They have a person authenticate it. We take a picture of it, we shrink wrap it, and then we store it for you there.
Okay.
So it's held privately. Now you can get access to it at any time. If it's before 59.5, you have to pay taxes. But what a lot of people are doing right now is because they don't trust the dollar. So they're basically, instead of taking cash as their distribution, they're taking some of their gold. So at retirement, they're taking some of their gold out. So it's a great way to kind of hedge your bet. If you have a lot of money in the stock market and you're looking for something different, you're worried, a lot of people are concerned the stock market might be inflated right now. So it's a great way to kind of hedge your bet against what's happening out there.
We had on a couple months ago, Robert Kiyosaki. He spoke about precious metals and gold, especially in silver.
Great guy.
If I'm like a beginner, how much should I get as a beginner into like silver or gold? How much should I acquire?
Yeah,
you would say.
Yeah, I mean it's depends on everybody's needs and their their background and what they have stashed away. But I try to get as much as I can. I've been I bought my first 100 ounces of silver with student loan money that I had extra when I went to college. So that was my first 100 ounce. I still have that, and I have a bunch now. I've built up quite a bit working at Noble for the last 6-7 years, almost 8 years I should say. But yeah, it's going back to silver. I really like silver. A lot of my clients really like silver. And one of the main reasons, because what other asset can you buy at a discount to its 1980s price, right? Today, in 2024, right? Silver went to $50 in the late 70s, early 80s, and in 2011.
Oh, wow.
And today it's sitting under 30, right? Silver's in every AI chip. Silver's in every electric vehicle. Silver's in every solar panel, right? Silver is going to be the future. And it's sitting at, ridiculously cheap right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of my clients are loading up on silver.
It's like a more entry level precious metal to get into.
That's correct. Each ounce you could buy today, give or take, $30 to $35 depending on what you get each ounce. So the barrier to entry is very low.